What's good, Shellitronnn here. You can call me Shells, and I'm back again with a brand new video, and I'm gonna keep it a bowberry biscuit. This whole situation with Tahir Whitehead just is not working out, and I know that's not a surprise to any single one of y'all watching this video right now. When we picked up Tahir Whitehead, I think we thought we knew what we were getting, but we had no idea just how wrong we'd be. Now look, when we got Tahir Whitehead off the Raiders, we knew he was going to be a liability in passing situations. He just can't cover. Everyone knew he was not the kind of linebacker who can really be depended on in really any situation, any positioning, any sort of scenario where the ball is thrown in the air. When the ball leaves the quarterback's hand and it is not handed off to a running back or anyone else in the backfield, Tahir Whitehead is not suited for that situation. He can't cover. You really don't want him spying. And if you blitz him from the middle linebacker spot, that leaves the whole middle of the field wide open. So it's a little bit hard to have him out there so often, especially with the passing league right now. But the Panthers still picked him up because our run defense was so horrible last year. And I mean just detrimental to anybody who'd ever even heard the word football before. Whether you're talking about American football or even soccer. We were horrible, horrendous, we were tremendously good at not stopping the run. It was almost impressive just how bad we were at tackling running backs. And we thought that we'd be getting a Tahir Whitehead who was actually very, very, very good at stopping the run. He was a one-trick pony. He can stop the run. He has no business even near a blade of grass doing anything other than holding a Microsoft Surface when there is a passing situation on the field. But sadly, we have not gotten any kind of real consistent production out of Tahir Whitehead. No, I'm wrong. We have gotten consistent production out of Tahir Whitehead. It's just mostly been negative. He's been pretty consistently a liability in both the pass and the run game. Now, I don't want to sit here and explain what he's done in the pass game and coverage and whatnot. We already know he has no business on the field when the ball leaves the quarterback's hand through the air. Let's go ahead and get past that. But there's been so many times he's missed tackles, been at the wrong angle. He's not hitting the right hole, out of position. You see this man, Tahir Whitehead, look confused out there. It's like he has never really been in an NFL game, and the dude's just jacked for no reason. He's a big dude. If he could actually be in the right spot at the right time, I know he could have an impact on this defense. But so far, we've seen that Tahir Whitehead is just a net negative for a defense that all its weaknesses last year have basically been almost solved. The full D-line looks a lot healthier, looks a lot better, looks a lot more consistent. The defensive backs, come on now, man. Look, the DBs are actually, as a whole, all playing pretty well. Even Justin Burris. I'm going to say this right now. Justin Burris, third team in 4 years, has never played more than, I think, 33 or 38% of the snaps over a full season. He is now getting, I think, either 100 or like 98% of defensive snaps this season. He's looked pretty damn solid for, what I expected out of him. Look, we already know about Sewell Douglas. Even Dante's looking good. And Trey Boston stayed real solid where he's at in the free safety position. And it only leaves our linebackers. Now, Shaq Thompson hasn't been the most consistent. He has one good game, follows that up with a not so great game, follows that up with a solid performance, follows that up with, okay, that's good, but I wish I could have seen more. Like this play and this play. If you make a play there when you're in position to, we might have, a bigger win or a bigger lead, or things could be a little bit differently. But going to the other side, we all know what's going on that side. We all know, and we are forced to acknowledge just how great this man, Jeremy Chinn, has been over the first 5 games of this season. This man has been the most consistent player on the defense as a rookie who played mostly strong safety in college, but we all knew he could play some linebacker as well. He's only playing linebacker because our linebacker depth is so bad, and that's even worse when you consider the topic of this video. Tahir Whitehead really should never be on the field. And it gets even worse because there's really nobody behind him who can really play middle linebacker. Shaq Thompson is an outside linebacker, and even right now, in the spot where he's getting paid $54 million over 4 years, he's been shaky, okay? So do I really want to move him to a spot where he's not familiar, with a spot where he gets paid to play, where he's always played? is not really doing all that. I don't know about all that. You have Jermaine Carter, who is also an outside linebacker. He plays some middle linebacker in college, I'm pretty sure, but I don't think he's ready to play the middle linebacker spot in the NFL. Now, I mean, compared to Tahir Whitehead, I'll put you out there. You watch it. Yes, you. Sign the contract right now. We need you out there playing middle linebacker for one snap. You'll get some really good insurance. I promise you that. We'll take care of you. We just need one snap out of you. Just one clean snap out of you, please. So Jermaine Carter could maybe do it. And if you go to guys like Darius Taylor is a guy who's only played, I think, 5% of the snaps this year. 5% of defensive snaps. He is the only other real middle linebacker on the roster right now. So it's obvious that the team understands that Tahir Whitehead is not playing all that great, not consistent in the least bit, but they're still not putting Darius in the game. There is a reason for that. So he probably cannot be trusted in the same way. He's probably might be worse. So we're looking at a situation where there's not any real clear answers on the roster right now. And I know you're thinking, okay, let's go ahead and look at free agency. There are only about 2 or 3 dudes who are actually even semi-realistic options who are still free agents. One dude is mad old. You don't know how good he's going to be still. Another dude has had some really bad injury history where you're not quite sure what you can get out of him. How healthy is he? And how healthy is he going to be moving forward for the next 10, 11 weeks? And then another dude has such bad red flags in his background where you have to think to yourself, damn, do we really want to bring this guy into our locker room? Now, who are these free agent players I'm talking about right now? Y'all know in these videos, I like to keep it thorough. I like to go over every detail I can, every detail I can find, but if I told you their names, it would mean nothing to you. I'm almost sure you have never heard of these dudes, and here are these dudes' names right now. No disrespect to them, but it would have no impact. It would make no difference in your life because they ain't coming to this team. I promise you the Panthers aren't signing any of these 3 dudes. I'm not even gonna say their names, okay? Sorry to these dudes. You need to get a job somewhere in the NFL. Look, get it how you can, bro. Get it how you live, but you ain't gonna get it here. But I just saw a tweet just yesterday from Aaron Wilson showing all the guys that the teams in the NFL have brought in for practices. The Panthers brought in 3 players just this past Tuesday to come in and practice. One guy was a DB, that's Josh Hawkins. Another guy was Mike Pinisek, who's a defensive tackle. The third dude is a linebacker. Okay, we brought in a linebacker who played at Baylor. So that's 2 the other. You already know. Matt Rule sees a dude from Baylor without a job in the NFL, and he has to pick him up. His name is Greg Roberts. He's a UDFA, and he had a pretty solid 4 years at Baylor. He ended up with 15.5 tackles for a loss, 3 sacks, 81 total tackles, and 9 passes defended. It's pretty all right, but like I mentioned, he did not get drafted. And the other bad thing about him is he's actually an edge rusher. He's an outside linebacker. Him being on the team does not really fix our problems. I'm not 100% sure if you sign him, put him at Jeremy Chinn's spot, and you move Jeremy Chinn to middle linebacker. I don't really know what we're going to do with bringing in an outside linebacker. Are you going to move Jeremy Chinn to the middle? Are you going to move Shaq Thompson to the middle? I don't know if either one of those dudes does better, because I feel like maybe Jeremy Chinn could play that middle spot in the defense, but would the impact he has on the outside be the same as the inside? Probably not. So do I want to take away his impact from the outside, especially on those edge runs, because we have some problems setting the edge already on those outside runs? Do I really want to move him inside and take away some of that coverage he can do on the sidelines and in those cloud flats? Probably not. So if we were to go ahead and sign Greg Roberts, what exactly would we be getting? Where would he play? And where would everyone else on this defense play? I just don't know just how good that signing would be, but we did host him for a tryout, so we'll have to see how that works out for us. Either way, no matter how we split, no matter who plays middle linebacker, the honest truth is they cannot be that much worse than Tahir Whitehead. Okay, it is what it is. Tahir Whitehead just is not the answer there, and something's got to change. The whole defense around him is looking good. At least solid, at least decent. The only real weak link on this defense is Tahir Whitehead. Whether it's Greg Roberts or anyone else, JC, who knows, but something's got to change. Tahir Whitehead is not working out. That's how I feel about it, man. What are your thoughts on Tahir Whitehead? Any free agents? Any of the guys in our squad right now who can move from their spot to middle linebacker? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. And you already know to do that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Been told y'all I been the man. Been told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.